The Royal Rumble takes place in a few days, and let's talk about 7 people who could win the Royal Rumble and earn an opportunity to main event WrestleMania 39. Okay, I'm gonna go on record and say I don't want Brock Lesnar to win another Royal Rumble, but I'm not ruling it out because Vince McMahon is back in charge, and the amount of times that we've seen Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is actually insane, and I wouldn't be surprised if Vince McMahon actually wants to book it one more time. I understand that Triple H is still the head of creative, but that could honestly change right now at this very moment, and if it does, McMahon could cook up another Lesnar and Reigns match at WrestleMania, which would suck for all the wrestling fans because we've seen it way too many times. I don't ever want to see those two guys wrestle again. Of course, that does not seem like the plans because it appears that Brock Lesnar is revisiting his feud with Bobby Lashley after last night's episode of Raw, but you never know. But for now, we are good, but I'll still keep the Beast on this list just in case. We haven't seen Naomi in the WWE since she left with Sasha Banks last year after feeling like the company did not respect her, Sasha, and the tag team championships. Sasha Banks officially made her debut in New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom as Mercedes Money. Ever since that, there have been rumors flying around stating that Naomi could potentially return to WWE, and I can totally see it. It's been too long, and I'm sure the WWE would welcome her with open arms. At least Triple H. I'm not entirely sure how Vince McMahon would feel about the situation because he's now at the top of the mountain. However, he's gotten over much worse things in the past, like reconnecting with Bret Hart or the Ultimate Warrior. I also feel like McMahon's got more beef with Sasha Banks anyways. So regardless, if Naomi does return, she could see a huge victory at the Royal Rumble to lock in a WrestleMania SmackDown Women's title match against Charlotte Flair. I've been adamant about this feud. I think that it could be a lot of fun. The two ladies have had good matches in the past. They clearly have chemistry, so I think it's a good idea to run it back, especially with each woman being in such a different point of their career. I feel like it'll add some new spice to the story. I also think that this would be the perfect way to introduce her to the bloodline. She is married to Jimmy Uso, so it would work. The only problem is I don't know how long that faction will last, because if Roman Reigns loses his belts at WrestleMania, what will happen to the group? So the ship might have sailed, or maybe Naomi can take over as the leader while Roman Reigns will most likely take time off to mentally deal with this loss and, basically get a break from the WWE when he does lose those championships. Now that is something that could be interesting. I've been pushing the agenda of wanting Seth Rollins to dethrone Roman Reigns because I believe they have the richest history out of anybody in the WWE right now that is an active wrestler. The story between Rollins and Reigns could be cinematic if it's done properly. With all the years they spent together, whether as a part of the Shield or fighting against each other, they've been through it all like you and your ex. And so while Seth Rollins winning the Royal Rumble would come as a shocker, I would kind of love to see it happen. I also feel like Rollins has never been that #1 guy because he's always been in the shadow of Roman Reigns, and this could be the moment where all of that changes. A win over the Tribal Chief would make Seth Rollins the biggest star in the wrestling world. The crowd already loves him. He puts on bangers after bangers. He's been doing that for the last few years. The man has been carrying the company alongside Roman Reigns for some time now, so it might be time to make this happen. The odds of this one happening though are greater than Brock Lesnar, but they're still very low. With that being said, I'd still be excited to see him win if that does happen. The only other woman that should win the Royal Rumble aside from Naomi is Rhea Ripley. The Judgment Day has been entertaining throughout the last 6 months under the leadership of Finn Balor. However, I feel like Rhea Ripley has been secretly the most valuable player, really taking the group to the next level. And it's time that she wins the Raw Women's Championship. I think she should win the Royal Rumble and then enter a feud with Bianca Belair over that belt. And at WrestleMania 39, she should be the one to finally beat Bianca Belair. If you remember, Bianca has held on to that title since WrestleMania 38 when she defeated Becky Lynch, and the reign has been a lot of fun, but all good things must come to an end, and in this case, it's time for her to drop that championship to Rhea Ripley. I think that the feud will be fire, and the match could even steal the show at one of the nights during WrestleMania weekend. I really do believe that, because if you go back and look at their NXT matches, they were really good stuff. The Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn has truly become the most entertaining thing about wrestling in the last year. The WWE has been consistently producing Oscar-worthy segments and matches for the better half of the last year when Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns were involved. The Tribal Court from last night's episode of Raw is a perfect example. I think it was a great segment and I was literally glued to the screen for the entire 30 minutes. I haven't seen someone this over since Daniel Bryan in 2014 during the Yes Movement, so Sami Zayn actually has a really good chance at winning the Royal Rumble to challenge and dethrone Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. And I think I'm warming up to the idea. I think it would generate one of the best reactions in wrestling. It would be one hell of a story and it's not a bad idea at all. I'd be happy to see it happen at this point. Sami Zayn winning would truly be the biggest underdog story, and overcoming the Bloodline can inspire a generation of kids, so I'm all for it. When Cody Rhodes returned to WWE at WrestleMania 38, people expected him to climb the ladder of success and eventually become the WWE champion. He was probably going to win the Money in the Bank before he suffered from his torn pec injury, but that injury did get in his way and he's been out of action for some time now. However, he's now fully healthy and has announced that he will enter the Royal Rumble. There's a lot of speculation going around saying that he's going to be the winner of the Rumble and he will be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns for his family, and I think that is a great choice. The story with Cody coming back to win the title for his family while taking down this toxic bloodline would be a sweet moment. I also believe that Rhodes has all the right tools to become WWE's next big star. He's great with storytelling, he's a great performer in the ring, he's got the look, and he's got all the support from the WWE universe. It seems like all the stars are aligned, and I'm not talking about Stardust. The last person on this list is none other than Dwayne Johnson. The Rock versus Roman Reigns has been a match that WWE wanted to see since WrestleMania 37. That's when WrestleMania was supposed to be in Hollywood originally. Then the pandemic happened and it ruined all those plans. And then The Rock got busy and couldn't make WrestleMania 38. And now they're back in Hollywood and it's now or never. If The Rock does not show up at the Royal Rumble to return this Saturday, then it's never going to happen. But that's what makes me think that this is going to happen, because I feel like The Rock wants to end his career on a high note, not with an impromptu match against Eric Rowan that lasted 7 seconds at WrestleMania 34. With that being said, I think he's showing up and I think he's winning the Rumble match, and I think the WWE has been trying to keep this a secret. They're trying to throw us off, but it's going to happen. We are finally going to get The Rock and Roman Reigns in a match, and that story is going to most likely start this weekend. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Let me know who you think is going to win the Royal Rumble in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.